everyone, Gina Macy here again, your favorite nurse practitioner. On my channel, where I talk about everything pertaining to mental health. Today, I wanted to jump on here and talk about, positioning, right? Motivation, positioning yourself. As you notice, typically I'll do like darker shade lipstick, but today I went, not today, last week, I got a color, especially as we ease into spring. I love color, by the way, as you can judge from my earring, my shirt, and then this. Well, once a year, I love to log on into unavailable.com, get my free credit report so I can analyze everything, especially as I work towards credit, okay, especially as an immigrant here, and having first generation kiddos. I like to be in touch with finances. So one of the goals from last year into this year, having gone through a big transition personally, one of the goals is to really not be afraid of finances anymore. So for me, one of the ways to not be afraid is to apply this lipstick, believe it or not. Don't judge me. But in order for me to hit print and sit and be able to make myself look at the report, look at what I need to work on, I needed to hone in some level of power, and that's lipstick. And then one of the things I did too is connect with my credit union and asked to sit down with one of the managers there, and some of the stuff that may be hard for me to kind of digest, the manager can guide, can pinpoint, can say, hey, these are the goals. You have 6 months, you have a year to get to whatever your goal looks like. Now, all these things are possible, but the way to navigate that and tackle that is to avoid avoidance, right? So sometimes it might mean lipstick, it might mean color, it might mean wearing a high heel in color and maybe putting a little makeup on. It might mean getting yourself to the computer and printing and looking at it, especially when you have trauma, you have anxiety, things like that. Sometimes it's so hard, culturally too. Culturally, from my culture, where I come from, as an African woman, having migrated here, sometimes you're battling both cultures, being independent. But sometimes most of us women will really kind of relegate finances to our partners or to our husbands, so to speak. We trust them. But what I want to encourage you is, even if you're going to do that, there might have to be some discussions around that. You might need to bring in a third or fourth person to help you navigate finances so everybody's on the same page and setting some goals. And sometimes, if not, that's where you might want to hone in into your own internal drives, including external drives as well, like putting on lipstick and heels, and maybe instead of sitting, standing. Because sometimes for me, standing to look at the computer just give me some more grounding and feel like a little bit of my inner control of what I'm about to look at. Because sometimes, a lot of times, finances is one of the hallmark of anxiety, depression, insomnia. But once you start to tackle it one at a time, it's possible. So hence my red color. I had to look at annualcreditreport.com. Thankfully, it wasn't horrible. There were things we have to work on. But once you have a plan and you're working towards something, it just gives you a sense of restfulness. You don't feel helpless, and then you're not putting yourself in a space of vulnerability. So I wanted to share that today. Like I always said, if you can whip it in your mind, you can whip it also in your finances, because finances are so key for us women. My mother once said, do not ever be in a position where you're leaving your finances in the hand of someone completely or in the hands of a partner completely, because that's where you can be baited, you can be controlled, you become vulnerable, and your children, especially as women, become very vulnerable to that. So as much as possible, put your high heels on, put your lipstick on, stand up if you want to stand up, put your earring on to know where your roots are. My roots are my roots, so sometimes I hold on to my African roots. And African roots are strong. We have some strong, powerful women in our ancestry, okay? So today, this week, that's what I'm doing. This year, that's what I'm doing. And I want to share it. So when you share it, you know there is power in that. Until the next video, bye. Thank you so much.